Hey fellow followers of the Shadow, it's your buddy Fading here. Today, I'll mostly be discussing the changes that will primarily be occurring to the Shadow specialization of Priests in World of Warcraft when patch 5.3 hits and is finally live. However, you may have noticed, I have a new intro to my videos, well at least my Druid videos. I have the Dara Mactire intro. Well, my Druid got into Dara Mactire, and, well, I'm happy about it. I'm glad to be representing such a fine group of players, and I'm really glad they accepted my application, despite the fact that my Druid isn't even 90 yet. So, ignore the fact that the gameplay for this video is of a Druid. I will be talking about Shadow Priests for the most part. So basically today, I'll also be discussing my acceptance into the guild, which I've already mentioned a bit, and I'll be letting you guys know what's going on with the channel as of late. Let's get started, shall we? So here's a question for all the Shadow Priests out there watching this video. Are you happy with the changes that are happening to Shadow Priests when patch 5.3 hits? Why or why not? Leave your answer in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave a like as well if you're enjoying the video so far. I have a few thoughts on the changes myself. I'm trying not to be biased here, as I do PvP more often than I PvE, so these changes will affect me hugely. But unlike most of the current people who re-rolled to Shadow, I've been playing the class for almost 3 years now, and my Priest was the first tune that I leveled all the way to max level. Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is that I won't simply drop the class and specialization just because of a few nerfs. I'm used to it. Every class I play gets nerfed. But I believe these nerfs are actually a good thing for the class overall, and they will weed out the re-rollers and flavor of the month rolling Shadow Priests. This will help all the long-term Shadow Priests that have actually played the class for a while get better at the class and rely less on the luxuries that we've become so accustomed to since Mr. Pandaria has been released. For those of you that are unaware of the changes, I'll give you a basic rundown right here. In 5.3, the Shadow specialization will no longer be able to use our level 87 class ability Void Shift in rated battlegrounds or PvP. I think this applies to random battlegrounds as well, so you have to deal with that. However, Holy and Discipline will be allowed to use it in PvP from what I've read. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, and the cooldown for them remains the same, while our cooldown in Shadow is increased to 10 minutes. Massive Spell has been reworked as well. In patch 5.3, Massive Spell will no longer dispel bubbles, blocks, and traps. However, don't be too disappointed and start re-rolling immediately. Listen to the rest. The glyph of Massive Spell was reworked. So basically, the original glyph, the cast time was decreased with the glyph. That decrease is now baseline, so the spell will now cast however quickly it was casting with the glyph in previous patches. I'm not sure of the exact number, you can look it up if you care that much. But the glyph now allows the Massive Spell to once again dispel bubbles, blocks, and traps. So basically, it makes the glyph mandatory. If you're not going to use it, and you PvP, you might as well just not PvP. What do I think of these changes? Personally, I think you all disagree with me. But I feel like these changes were duly needed to balance PvP. However, I believe the Void Shift to be a baseline talent learned somewhere between level 70 and 80. So basically like Lay on Hands. It's a baseline talent for all specializations. But we should receive a new 87 class ability that is usable in PvP. This may sound a bit overpowered, but perhaps an orb generated cooldown. I'm not saying it should grant all 3 orbs on cooldown. But perhaps it can grant one single Shadow Orb on a 2-minute cooldown. This would help if we're maybe getting trained by a warrior or another melee DPS. Or instead of even allowing Void Shift in Shadow, the 87 class ability would be specialization specific. So give Discipline and Holy their Void Shift and give us this new proposed cooldown, which would maybe give us an orb. But enough of the Shadow Priest talk. Let's talk about my Druid. After all, this commentary is being voiced over a balanced Druid battleground gameplay. Excuse me. You may have noticed a new intro to Dara. I've already mentioned all that. Yeah, I'm reading off a script. Deal with it. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, okay, that's pretty much the video. I'm just going to stop here. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, consider subscribing. Can we get 30 likes maybe for my acceptance into Dara? Show some happiness here. I'm pretty happy. Also, we're getting pretty close to 500 subscribers, so when we do hit that mark, I will probably be giving away game time. I bought some extra game time from GameStop the other day, and I have the code on my receipt, and it's unused. So that is probably what I'll be giving away, or I'll Battle.net gift it to you from the store. As always, don't forget to consider subscribing to my channel. But before you go, or before I go, don't forget to answer this video's fan question. Are you happy with the changes that are happening to Shadow Priests when patch 5.3 hits? Why or why not? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.